Hey there, guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion, number 359, Crash Site, the beginning, and I am joined by Bombug as always.
Hello, hello. How you doing today, X?
Doing pretty good, real busy, but glad to be here doing the Friday Facts. We are a day late, but
Oh no.
just kind of forgot, ran out of time yesterday. Uh, happens sometimes.
Yeah, you've been planning your 1.0 base, right? So it
Yeah,
takes
some,
time away from these other things.
yeah, some tutorials, some other projects for 1.0, just been real busy. Um, But yeah, so this is real interesting. Coming, they threw something in here I was not expecting. So first off, we'll start with the 018 mods will be loadable in 1.0. I mean, basically that header right there can just summarize this entire section. Basically, they just don't want to they want to minimize the amount of things that can break like the best way they can as much as possible. Minimize stuff that will break. So they're making efforts to ensure that mods that work in 018 will work without any update in 1.0, which is really important. So, um, yeah, and basically theoretically it's not that difficult since the 18 release structure has meant that mods will maintain compatibility with all the latest changes. And in essence, 1.0 will just be a small update of 018. So 1.0 will allow mods marked for 018 to load, which is pretty important. And Mod Portal will show 018 mods when browsing 1.0. And this is just basically to make sure that all new returning players can play with their favorite mods and stuff in 1.0 without having to wait for the mod developers to update them, and also allow the mod devs to play the game themselves without panicking and spending all their time trying to update their mods.
Pretty important. And it's definitely good that they know what they're doing and they're being proactive about it rather than a lot of other people would just scramble after release and say, "Oh shoot, all mods are broken. People can't even find them in the portal. What's going on?"
Yeah,
They're prepared.
yeah, exactly. So now moving down to what I was very surprised to see is a mining drill redesign revisit. So if you recall, not long ago at all, we got a mining drill redesign, and it was really good. I liked it, but I guess the devs had some issues with it. So as you can see in Friday Facts 350, doesn't seem like 9 Friday Facts ago. Um, they presented the new graphic, which was released in 18.31. However, they hadn't realized that it had some issues. The most obvious one is the tile overlapping. All our graphics try to find a balance between overlapping the tile a lot to be aesthetically nicer and not overlapping the tile at all to be technically correct and readable. As you know, kind of can see some examples here. Um, with the electric mining drill, we got bolder than with the other entities and overlapped the tile more. This problem got massively strengthened by the fact that the mining drill outputs directly to a belt, so it doesn't even have the typical gap where inserters usually are. Um, yeah, which pretty obvious here in this picture. Uh, the secondary but related issue would be that the entity is no longer as recognizable as before. We attribute that mostly to the new height that the drill has, as it gets a bit overcomplicated and not as clear what type of the entity, what the shape of the entity is. So, um, I mean, I guess that's true. Like personally, I can still very easily define it as a mining drill, and I think it looks really nice. But, uh, if they thought there were issues with it, then then they have a right to mess around with it.
Yeah, what did the community say during the first one? I thought that it was usually pretty positive and people liked it, right?
I think so. I didn't really see any complaints with it. It seems like it was just an internal issue they had where they were like where the devs themselves were just like, we don't like this. And now in comments and replies to this Friday Facts, people are like, oh, well, now that we see the new version, it's much better and you did a really good job. But I don't think anyone was complaining about the first iteration of it.
Interesting.
Um,
I mean, if people are liking this new one better, then that means the devs know what the players want, even when they don't, right?
yeah. So originally, the main reason to add the higher structure was because we wanted to create a much more complicated miner movement, both horizontally and vertically, and to fit pipe connections easily. However, the miner movement was too complicated, so we didn't do it, and the pipe connections are kind of an edge case. We would have addressed just the issue of overlapping the tile above the mining drill, but that would already cost some amount of time, and we felt like we could go one step further. So we now see what the new one kind of looks like. It was tight in time, which is why we're presenting it now, but we decided to move the whole structure down. So the mining mechanism would move on ground-based rails. Um, After a lot of effort put into moving things, redesigning parts of the drill, and reworking the pipe connections, our Netspace has arrived to a new version. As we can kind of see here, and then we can see it in the actual game. So very, very similar design, except instead of having the like support like beams, the support like arms that go upwards and then hold, and then the beams that go across and hold it way up in the air. It's more like tracks now on the ground, which is two like diagonal support arms like raising the thing up instead of the tracks being elevated. So very, very similar design. It's just kind of the main part of it is lowered, I suppose. Um,
Yeah, it's pretty curious.
yeah,
What are you
it's.
thinking of it so far?
I mean, like personally, I like the other one better, but it seems like most other people are really happy with this. I don't think this one's bad by any means. Like I said, it's a very similar design. I thought that the height and just like the almost the like the more 3D aspect, three dimensional, aspect of the other one was really nice. Um, I don't know. This one, I mean, I think it like I'm not I don't think it's bad. I think I still liked the other one better than this one. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I'm a little bit in the middle. What I would really like to see is a video of it in action.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm kind of like looking at these arms, and I'm not really sure how they can bring the drill down. Like
Yeah.
I don't quite get it because to me it looks like they're kind of already pushed to their limits, and you can't push them together and down anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Like I think the design looks good, but I would like to see it in action, see what the difference really is while in game.
Yeah, you have a good point.
Now, with that in mind, like comparing it to the old vertical design with like big space in between each like building from the first image on this page, and then looking here now, I like how it's got the how would you say it? It's got the pieces looking like they're pretty well connected,
Mm-hmm.
set together in a
Right.
nice uniform factory, which a lot of people love,
Mm-hmm.
especially for patches of
Yeah,
ore, which you could
exactly.
make look a lot nicer than your regular spaghetti base.
Yeah, yeah. So that part I agree that looks really good. Yeah, you're right though. Like I'll be really interested to see how they do the animation because as you said, it seems like I'm not sure how they get the drill to go lower unless they're doing something real funky where they don't have it go lower and it's like just like spinning at this height and then somehow like mining from there. I don't know. Um, I mean, we can
Yeah.
kind of see it if you look in the version where it's actually placed in game. The middle top one looks like it's at its full height, but then like the ones to the left and right are mining, and you can see the arms are at a bit of a different angle to like
Yeah.
lower it. Yeah, yeah,
And
I
it
don't
does
really
look
know
like
how it
it
gets
moves
there.
back and forth along the rails, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
so I don't know.
I'm feeling like positive about it, like especially if other players are liking it, and just looking at it when they're all packed together, it looks pretty neat. So I'm thinking pretty positively. I would like to see a GIF, and I think they have been putting GIFs or videos in there in past ones, so I think it would have been really good to show it here as well.
Yes, I agree. It would be very nice to see it in action. Um, So basically, just to finalize this, they say the drill is one of the few entities that the player sees from the very first stages of the game all the way to the end. Long story short, it's a really important entity, so we wanted to get it right. We were happy with the concept of the mining drill redesign for the aggressive ground penetration against the gentle harvesting of the original, but we traded away a few of the good parts about the old mining drill graphics, like clarity and identifiability. This revisit tries to fix that, and we believe now it's good. The new mining drill graphics have been released with 18.44 today, as it could break some mods. We wanted to push the new graphics as soon as possible to give mod authors a chance to fix their mods. 1.0.
1 week, guys. You've got a deadline. Here you go.
Yeah, 1 week. Oh man. So next is technology icon update. So as many graphics have changed over the years, more and more related technology icons become outdated. We didn't have enough time to do a complete rework of the technology icons as they did with the item icons, but we could at least update the clearly outdated ones. So you can see some uh, very nice updated things here. Very, very clear. Mostly, I did see on Reddit someone had taken a screen cap of the belt ones, the yellow and red ones, and said literally unplayable because the flaps on part of it are facing the wrong direction, like they were orientated incorrectly.
Uh
Um,
oh, that is definitely unplayable.
so the funny thing is they posted that, and then literally like I think within like an hour or a few minutes, a dev replied, and it's just like, okay, this is fixed for the next version. So um, that's good. It'll be fixed. You'll know it's really noticeable on the yellow one here. You notice how the top part, the arrows on the flap are facing
Hmm.
like upwards. If you look like up the right axis of where the belt is coming towards us, kind of, it's the wrong direction. Um,
Actually unplayable, dude.
yeah,
Wow.
completely. It's unacceptable, really. Um,
I am curious for that though. So this is the technology icons, right?
yes,
How many people like really get to see these? Because I kind of like browse through and then I click it once and then like never see it again, right?
yeah,
So I think it's like nice to have it looking good. Everything in the game should look good because Factorio's just got good quality across the board. They should keep that quality going. But at the same time, like I was looking at some of these and I'm like, wait, oh, so this is like the logistics 2 upgrade. I don't even remember ever seeing it before. What
yeah,
did it look like before? I don't remember, but I can guess that's what it was.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't think people see it a lot, but I think just the general principle of having everything look nice is what they're going for here.
Yep,
But
pretty
yeah,
slick.
real slick, really nice. I'm wondering if we're getting a little bit of a hint at maybe a new assembler graphic. I mean, this is very similar, but it's much more detailed than the current one.
Yeah, it's definitely got a lot more going on at the top. Some stuff actually like really coming out of the assembler there, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's looks pretty good. So I'll be interested to see what the actual assembler is once they rework it. Um,
Once they rework it. Ooh, still waiting on it.
yeah. And then lastly, we have Crash Site, the beginning. So even though a simple one, Factorio does have a story. An engineer crashes on a planet, and through building a complex factory, becomes capable of launching rockets back into space or builds the sickest combinator contraption instead. That's true. Um, this story is quite well represented, building a crazy factory in the process, ending with an epic rocket launch, except the beginning is not. The player character just appears in the middle of the map with nothing showing where they came from. When we were working on the crash site for the MPE, we created special assembling machines, a lab, a power generator, and chest capsules, as you can see here. The MPE has been removed, but Albert didn't design those just for special ship chunks. The central piece of the composition was always meant to be a large spacecraft, but per usual, we didn't have enough time to finish it, and since it wasn't really gameplay breaking, we released 017 without it. Although the MPE was removed and its custom crash site entities remained only for modding and custom scenario use, we would like to finish the main crash ship. The plan always has been that if we're investing a lot of time into redesigning the crash site entities, then we better use them for free play as well, as that's the main game mode. Recently, Ernestes picked up Albert's 3D model and finished texturing it, bringing it to life into the game. And this is what we have. I'm pretty impressed. This is so when you start a new free play game, this is what you'll be presented with, and I think it's really really cool. It definitely gives a much clearer picture and introduction of what happened and why you're here.
Absolutely. And those are questions that a lot of people ask themselves in life.
Yeah.
Why am I here? How did I get here? Where am I going?
What's my purpose?
And now you feel it a lot more. One thing I'd like to point out too is compared to the top screenshot there, uh, some of those look a little bit more uh, like the final piece when it was fully together is sort of polished, versus this rocket ship looks like it was actually like built by scraps by hand, right? Like you see
Mm-hmm.
lots of welding on the wings. This guy didn't have full on steel plates that he could make, specific segments out of.
Right.
It's all just hand stitched together, which makes me think, dude, this guy's so unlucky. He's crashed on multiple planets and had to build himself out of it. That's what I'm getting. I mean, what do you think about that theory there?
I mean, I think that's actually a really interesting take on it, and I would tend to agree. Where it's like, this doesn't look like some like super professional factory made, uh, like really high tech, you know, thing that's like mass produced. This looks like this guy, this poor dude, had the same thing happen already, like you said, and just like threw together a ship to get off a planet, and then just ended up crashing on another one with this like half made ship here.
Oh man, which leads me into my next thought. Rather than doing Factorio 2 or Factorio expansions, we're gonna get Factorio the prequel.
Oh
It's gonna
yes.
be it's gonna be our engineer man's Factorio guy's life before this planet. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Maybe it can
that's
be point and click what do you call those Telltale game style.
yes. Exactly. That sounds like a great idea. There you go, devs. Prequel, not sequel, prequel here. See what misfortune this poor engineer had before this point. um yeah, overall I really like it. It's really cool. Very clear that it crashed and is all banged up. Um, aside from just being poorly made to begin with. Uh So the crash segments are randomly placed, and there's a little bit of resources to be found in each of the ship segments, 8 combined iron plates that until now just appear in your inventory. So that's interesting. You don't just get them; you have to actually like look through the segments to find them now.
Speed run techniques. Just the world has totally changed.
I mean that
Here we
will
go.
actually change speedruns a little bit, because even if you know exactly where they are and stuff like that, it's still just extra time spent instead of just having them instantly in your inventory. So will be interesting. And all the crash site parts can be mined, but it gives no reward. Takes a long time, and the crash site can't be rebuilt. So I guess you just want it out of your way. But this one thing that's super cool, I'm now thinking of. I think a lot of people will just incorporate this into their base. Like, imagine
Oh
how
yeah.
cool that would be to just have like your base and then just this in the middle with like everything surrounding it. Um, I think
Yep.
that'll be really cool. Just kind of have this as a memorial and old artifact like in the middle of your base.
I know a lot of people do those shrines to either their original base before they expand, or to, some little starting point that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a nicely shaped lake with some trees in the middle. People will, protect that, keep pollution from it. And
Yeah.
here's just one more of those cool little things that people who love their Factorial world can get more into.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and as you can see, it says it spawned at the start of the map, at the start of the game, so it won't show on pre-0 or 1.0 maps. The crash site will be released in 1.0 on the 14th of August 2020 at 11 a.m. prog time. So, first time we actually have a release time
Oh,
for 1.0. Never before in the history of Factorio have we had this. We've never even had a release date, I don't believe, like in previous releases. But now we actually have a time. So 11 a.m. Prague is I don't know. That's like late, I think, for us, isn't it? I think they're 8 hours ahead of us. So
something like that.
I can't math. That's like midnight. No, sorry, that's like 3 a.m. or something.
Let's see.
3 7. Yeah, I think that's 3 a.m. U.S. time, or
Are you
my
ready
my
for this,
RSU.
man?
Hmm?
Yep. That looks right. Are you ready for that release?
Dude, that's
Early,
so
early in the
unfair.
morning.
Like, I need to get my, I need to get my like overview and stuff out. So I either like go to bed early and try to get up like 7 or 8 o'clock and still end up being like hours late, or I just stay up till like 5 in the morning to get the thing done like right after the thing releases. Oh man,
Whew. Well,
devs, why?
this is pretty fair for them.
No, no,
Of
I
course,
mean,
here
yeah,
we, like the New Zealand release time. A lot of Americans are scrambling like, oh, it's Friday, it's 2 p.m. I'm at work. I want to play right now.
Yeah, I mean, whew, I don't know. It's gonna be rough. Um, see what we want to do there. Um,
So that does tease though some of the content that you've got going. I need some guides for this 1.0 release. I'm going to be making a new base. What do you got for me?
um, well, I mean, you're definitely gonna want to use a nuke for sure. Because we got the new fancy nuke. Uh, I would say probably leave the ship there. It's gonna take you a while to mine it. Probably don't want to mess with that.
Oh,
Um,
that sounds good. Get my
uh,
speed running tactics from Xterminator, known for his insane speed run techniques.
oh yeah, I think I was on a speed run leaderboard for the Iron Axe speed run or Steel Axe speed run for about
Yep.
1 day, and then it got
Hmm.
taken over. So that's my record. But yeah, I mean, definitely, I plan to do a 1.0 overview. I guess come Friday, it's just gonna depend. It's gonna wait. So this is actually 3 a.m. Thursday. Well, Friday. Yeah. Oh dang, man, this is no heck. Um,
Oh no,
I
guys, send him your support. He needs energy right now.
I don't know. I'm tempted to just stay up because like everyone else, any like other YouTubers and stuff in Europe are gonna like get their videos out before me, and like how important it is to be the first.
Hmm.
So I don't know, man. Maybe I just stay up, and then I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out. But there will be some stuff coming as soon as possible. Um.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna stay up a little bit for that
Oh yeah,
if I
dude.
can.
Gotta.
The thing is, it's competing with the Path of Diablo new season, so
Oh
I'm just
no.
gonna like I'm gonna get up like real early or stay up real late to get the Factorio release like as it comes out, and then I'm gonna be staying up later in the night for the Path of Diablo release, and it's gonna be just gaming all day.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a fantastic day, honestly.
Yup, it's gonna be good.
Nice. Gonna be epic. Um. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. So minor redesign, real surprised by that. We'll have to see how it looks in game. But I'm glad they got it to a point they're satisfied with. Most other people seem happy with it. The crash site thing is cool. We now have an official release time as well as the date, obviously, which we've had. And yeah, so figure out what time that is for your time zone. Anyone in the US is going to be hurting one way or the other. Um, so yeah, figure out what you got to do. And I think that's gonna be it. Any last thoughts before call it here?
I'm pretty excited for this, man. It's been a long time coming. Early access going to full release. It's a monumental thing in the gaming world, and good on the team for finally getting there.
Yeah, seriously, this is a huge moment. Uh, 1 week, a little less than 1 week away at this point, and I really look forward to it. Anyway, that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts below, and as always on the forums and Reddit for the devs. And until next time, we will see you later.
Catch you later.